There's a few very bizarre things that we could see about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. First of all, there's this weird guy standing behind, touching his hat, and then the bodyguard doing something that looks like a sign language. Could be nothing, but it could be also something. Now, I want to talk about what probably went wrong there. It could have been easily avoided and solved. You see, the assassin, from what it looks like, was someone dressed in black running on the rooftop. He was even filmed by people who saw him doing that, and that never reached the security team or the police. That is something that will never happen in Israel, for example. If someone sees someone running with a weapon, either the people going to respond or the police will know about it very fast. Someone will just run and warn someone like Charlie, hey, someone's on the roof, and his security team will jump on him and take him away. Now, let's talk about the fact that the assassination apparently happened by a sniper on the roof. It's always a roof. It was the roof of Donald Trump. It's a roof here again. When would you learn that you need to secure roofs? You need to have someone standing in a high spot that can look and see if there's anyone on a roof and report that immediately. That's like an ABC. You see, if it comes to public speaking assassination, it's something that unfortunately in America have become very, very dangerous, and people can literally lose their life if they put their face out there on the camera and start talking about values, Christianity, politics, especially when it comes to the left that is going to come and try to murder them. Because let's be honest, the last 3 assassinations that happened, or the 2 attempts and 1 assassination, 2 on Donald Trump, 1 on Charlie, all happened by someone from the left who tried to come as a sniper and shoot. Now, we think this guy was from the left. We haven't found yet who is the person, but we're just assuming it's a pretty safe bet. But let's see what happens, so let's wait with that. If you're the security team of a public speaker, there's 2 main things that you need to make sure that you solve, basically, because they are the main threats, the easiest threats. And by the way, if this is the first time you watch my channel, my name is Mansur. I'm a former Israeli Special Forces officer. If you want to help this channel, don't forget to do the like, share, subscribe, the whole thing. If you want to directly support my work, go and check my Patreon. 2 things. First of all is the threat of someone from the crowd just pulling a pistol and shooting you in the face, front row. Second is a sniper on a roof. That is 2 classical ways that are very easy if someone want to come and hurt you. And in the US, it becomes even more easy because it's easier to get weapons. So someone from the crowd, well, there's several ways to mitigate that. You know, you put some entrances and security that checks people's backpacks, bags. You put some of these archways. You can check if someone's coming with a weapon. And if they are, do they have a license? Are there permits or not? But also, just by doing that, you kind of deter a lot of the people that might think that they have an easy way to shoot and escape. And usually someone that will do it from the crowd knows he's going to get caught. So that's a different ball game. But usually your security team, with a little bit of effort around it, can drastically reduce the chance of someone in the front row in the crowd pulling a pistol and shooting and killing you. Mind you, it's not easy to hit a target with a pistol. Most police officers will not properly hit a full body target when it comes to 15-20 meters away. We're talking about 40 to 60 feet away. They will literally miss most of the bullets, especially under pressure. So you need to really get close to have that 1 or 2 shots. So usually that someone will know that his days are numbered and he's going to get caught, maybe get killed in the process. The harder ones is a sniper, because he can have a way out. Usually a sniper will work very hard on getting to the spot and also making sure he have an exit plan, a car waiting for him, a ladder to jump down, some crumbles he can throw around to deflect the teams that are going to come look for him, the dogs, the investigators, and etc. But let's think about it. Every time public speaker is speaking, there's roofs all around. Why aren't you checking the roofs? Why aren't you having someone standing on the roof with a binocular looking around? Why is it that people in America, when they see someone suspicious running on a roof in a big public speaking event, they start filming him instead of going to the police? Well, film him and run to the police. I mean, that would have never happened in Israel, because in Israel, people will immediately run to the speaker and say, shout, you know, someone's on the roof, get down, or I don't know what. His team will jump on him, take him away, and, you know, evacuate him. But it seems like the American society is still not used to this intifada revolution mentality that is coming your way, mostly by the left and the radical jihadists that you allow to your country, and you're going to have to adapt to that very, very fast, because it's just easier. Sad to say, but it's easier to assassinate a public figure in the US or in Europe than in Israel, for example. Having him go on the roof, shoot a shot, kill Charlie, being undetected, and then escaping the area is a huge failure of the security team that was there. And my respect to the people there, the law enforcement and the first responders. And I know how easier it is for me to sit back home and talk about it while you're doing there, on the field. But still, roofs, guys, come on, check the roofs. Second of all, why aren't they using drones? Today with AI and with the capability of drones, you have one team that have a briefcase with the right drone, with the right uh, computing brain behind it, and AI and good camera. It can indicate and it can tell you live if there's anyone coming, because it's very easy to see which roofs have clear sight, and put yourself through the head of a sniper and you can just come. And that's the job of security. You come to a place and think, if I was the one coming to assassinate my person that I'm protecting, that's how I would do it. So you bring someone with real military experience and then you mitigate it. But it looks like, heck, even with the president, they were unable to do it properly. So I think the whole ball game of public speaking, if you are on the right side of the political spectrum, is going to change drastically, because there's so many radical weirdos in America that grow up thinking that if you don't think like they do, which is the left, then you must be a Nazi, you must be a bigot, you're a monster. I mean, heck, there is creatures like this one here, I don't know what it is even, that are rejoicing over these assassinations. So that's like a glimpse into an echo chamber in your society where there's people that literally fantasize and rejoice over such things because they believe it was the right thing to do. I mean, let's remember, Charlie was first and foremost, he was a father, he was a husband, he was someone's dad, someone's husband, someone's child. He had a father and a mother, maybe a grandchild, someone's friend. To many people back home, Charlie was not just another American. He was a hero, he was a role model, he was someone that stood on healthy values and changed the life of many to become a better parent, a better husband, a better father, a better citizens of America, to become a healthier man, healthy masculinity, to promote family values. So many things. He was a big advocate for Make America Great Again. He was a big advocate for being strong, standing as a strong ally for Israel, for the West. He was someone that shared a lot of the Christian, Jewish, and Druze values. And someone like that obviously is going to have a lot of enemies. But when the enemies are coming from inside of America and who have been raised for the last 15 years in universities to think that anyone that thinks like Charlie or anyone that doesn't think like the radical left is a monster, is a Nazi, and it's good to assassinate him, then you end up having this reality, which is a very disturbing reality. And I think private security companies and the Secret Service and a lot of the police in America need to really step up their game and start realizing that one of the biggest threats that you have for your people is actually radical Democrats who might want to come and shoot you just because you think otherwise. And you're going to start focusing on security. And let's just say it that way, rooftops are a good place to start. Seriously. Rooftops, it could have been events. That assassination with the proper security measures could have been easily mitigated. You need to understand, here, the last thing I'm going to share right now. One of the first things they teach you when you are learning how to secure VIPs is if you end up in a gunfight, you failed. So most of the success that the Israeli Secret Service have, or the American ones, is by actually deterring the attacker before he even dare to come and initiate with an assassination attempt. Why? Because he looks at the security perimeters and he sees, like, these guys are so serious. There's no way that I can pull that out. And then 90% or even more of the people that even think about it drop the idea because they think it's impossible. But when you make it so easy to just climb on a roof, when you publish the location of the speaker, which is obvious, it's going to be very hard to create these events without telling people where they're going to be and what time they're going to be. So that's already a downfall in security. People will know the location and time where you're going to do it. But you also know the location and time. Your security team also knows. The university who invited you also know. So they have the responsibility to make sure that they have the right scouts in the right places to mitigate every risk. That's what the circle of defense that you have around the prime minister, around celebrities, around, important figures. They have the immediate security team, the person right next to him is ready to jump on him and take a bullet for him, or just pull a pistol and take down the person who's charging with a knife or with a gun at him. Then you have undercover teams that are walking around the first, second, third row of the crowd, ready to respond and also to smell and feel the ground if something is happening. And then you have a team of responders that is ready to go and respond and stop something or even block and give him a way to evacuate. You have the team that is ready to make him, get out of this, parking their cars in the right way, making sure no one is blocking the escape route. And then you have the bigger circle, which always contain rooftops, gardens, balconies, different apartments. So it's not like he came to an uncontrolled environment. He was in a very controlled environment. He went to speak, as far as I know, in a university. And this could have been easily mitigated. And I think just because America was not used to having such kind of intifada revolution days coming their ways, they're going to have to step up their game. Israel's been through that game, and we've learned from very serious events and tragedies. And I think now America is going to have to learn the same thing. Anyway, guys, I hope you found today's episode helpful. Like I always say, don't do anything stupid. In general, don't do anything that I would do. And in this case, don't drive on a bike without a helmet, because you're going to end up falling on the street one day or another and just smashing your face. That's why I have this. But stay safe. Do nothing stupid. See you next time. And I will just finish with my sincere condolences and prayers with the family of Charlie, with his loved ones, with his relatives, with his friends, with his followers. And to Charlie, I just want to say thank you for all the work that you've done, for inviting me to your show, for being so kind and humble when I spoke to you, and for the legacy that you left behind you. The world have lost a great man, and I really hope that things will change after this. See you next time.